Today, I am going to talk about a topic that is bordering on people all over the world. You could be elderly, you could be very young, but this subject matter could affect you, and that is called prioritization, and poverty. Misprioritization and poverty. Some time back ago in my office, I had an indirect boss, not my direct boss, but she was still my boss one way or the other because she was a head of a department, but not my direct boss. And some of my colleagues were waiting. By the way, she's not a Nigerian. And she was telling another colleague of mine, why is it that Nigerians spend so much money on weddings and then come back the following day to beg, to ask for money? So you see, there's a real gap there, and that is misprioritization, and it leads to poverty, financial misprioritization. And I sat down and I thought about it that truly this is a gap we are not really looking into. And it is affecting most of us. It's not only when it comes to weddings, flamboyant weddings, where we have to borrow to make believe. Sonny's logo is make believe. Their watchword is make believe. And that is what we find mostly in Nigeria and all other parts of the world. Let's do some analysis. And I'm using what I see in daily real life in Nigeria. You go to joints almost every day, that's restaurants and bars, you see people drinking a whole lot. Yet there's inflation in the country. Yet we are spending so much on drinks. At a particular time, statistics showed that Nigeria is the highest consuming economy when it comes to alcohol. Even when inflation was high, the statistics from Nigerian breweries showed that we bought drinks the most. Yet we are complaining that times are tough and we don't have money. Have you thought of it that that is misprioritization and it leads to poverty? You want to buy a car when your hands have not reached it. Misprioritization. How about when it has an accident? Meanwhile, you've not done insurance for this ride. Misprioritization. And this would always lead you to urgent 5K, urgent 2K. I'm not even talking about when we go to do our shebis, when we go to sew unwarranted clothes, just to make believe, just to make the other person believe that you have arrived. You're wearing a wig that is 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 naira. You're wearing or holding a Gucci when actually you don't have a Gucci in your bank account. Think about it. This is misprioritization, financial misprioritization, and it happens in so many shapes and forms. I even jotted down some points. Think about it when we go for lavish holidays. Last year specifically, I knew of a couple who actually told me that they have to pay the school fees of their children first before they plan for Christmas holiday. And I was impressed that this is a thinking father. These are thinking parents. Because most often than not, after the holidays, people are crying because January school fees would be. In fact, throughout my life, I've never been pursued out of school for school fees. To the best of my memory, it hasn't happened. And thankfully, I had that upbringing, and that's the same I intend to pass to my children. I've already started it, I had already started it, because if you learn it right, if you copy right, you're most likely not going to miss it. A lot of us, when we want to imitate, we imitate wrongly. We don't copy right, we copy bad. You see what your friend is doing, you're not wearing his shoes, you've not walked a mile with him to know his pain points, but you want to copy him. You're borrowing clothes just to make people believe that you have arrived. Yet truly you haven't arrived. Why won't there be poverty? Why won't there be poverty? When the Bible even says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. At times you have the knowledge, but you just ignore so many flags, red flags. And this is what is keeping us into financial poverty. So this is a wake-up call. And this message is coming at the instance of Codecamp 6.0. It is at their beck and call that I had to do this short clip. Just to spread out this word, I don't know whom it may touch, but I believe it will reach you at the nick of time. Stop envying people, lest you fall. You never know. Stop envying people. Copyright. I think another factor which I wanted to say is that we party a lot. Excessive clubbing. Buying the best drinks, buying the most expensive drinks, and then tomorrow you go sorrowing. These are things that bring us down. If your hands can carry a certain level of a ride, why not go for that ride that is your class so that you can be able to maintain it and fuel it and manage its fuel gauge? Excuse me. I hope a word is enough for the wise. This is the challenge we face in the global economy, in third world countries, and for those who do not have financial literacy. Do your best to be educated financially. Most of these things are not taught in the four walls of school, four walls of education, four walls of the university. You could pick it along the line. Just bloom where you're planted for good. I hope a word is enough for the wise. Thank you.